go that way, so we change. Right, left, you know. Sorry. It's because people here, over here, you know.
Well, hey everybody. Just gonna say hello.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody keeping cool out there? Keeping hydrated? Drink some water? It's good. It's good to stay hydrated.
Why do you sound like John all of a sudden?
I don't know, it just happened. It just happened. I don't know. It just came out like that, like John.
They kiss each other a lot.
Yes.
John and I?
John and Penny.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They were like making out in here?
Yeah. They were just kissing.
Wow.
That's funny. That's funny.
I should have been in this panel.
Yeah. That sounds exciting. Taking it to a new level.
Okay.
Okay, do we want questions? Do we
Is
want...
this the question line over here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
They're waiting for you.
Questions line.
Hi,
Hello.
I think you know me now.
I think we do.
I have two questions. First question is, what was it for you, Juliana, the first time in Castle, to be on Castle, the first time?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's when I was in that hot pink coat, wasn't it?
Yes.
I didn't really like that coat, to say. But you know, honestly, I don't know, it felt totally normal. I've been around Castle since Seamus was on it at the beginning, and I knew everybody on the set and all the cast and most of the crew. So it just felt like another day just showing up and hanging out with all my friends. So it was fun, except for that coat.
But this time you're in front of the camera, so that's the
true.
difference, right? So, but
It was actually kind of cute and fun because like I got to like say something to like each. I had a line to each person. To Donna, you're so much prettier than in your picture in Castle.
and the joke was like, does she really exist? This girl, Jenny. I think we had been teasing for a while her name, but we had never seen her. And so like, does she exist at all? Is she like you wouldn't get this reference? Snuffleupagus in
Sesame Street.
in Sesame Street.
Right.
Is she an invisible friend? Like, is Kevin making her up? So that's when she came in, I was like, oh, she does exist. Oh, and she's beautiful. Holy crap.
All right, question number two.
I just wanted to ask how you come with your charity. How do you get up with that?
Ask the second part again.
Why you do the charity and how you come to the charity.
How do we pick them? I'm trying to think about how it ever started. I think it all started with Farm Sanctuary.
Yeah, I think so. I think most of our charities that we like to work with are animal related. Actually, they all are. Yeah. So we're vegetarians, and so that was sort of part of it was having a little bit more of an awareness of where food comes from and what happens to these animals. And so there's a charity called Farm Sanctuary, and all the other ones are dog charities.
Yeah, I mean we started Farm Sanctuary like back in the day when we were broke and living in that tiny apartment. It just seemed important. Like we just took a little bit of money and it wasn't much. We were like, we can give you $20. I know it's not much, but it meant something to us to feel like we were supporting something that we believed in. And so we've always stuck with them. And then our other three are the dog charities. One is St. Louis, Stray Rescue of St. Louis, because that's my hometown. And I didn't realize there was such a stray dog problem. It's like 40,000 stray dogs in St. Louis. Like, that's an epidemic. And so there was that one, and then Best Friends, which is another dog charity. And then our final one was Beagle Freedom Project, which is, we have Maisie the Beagle, and she wasn't tested on. But we just felt it was really important to try to raise that awareness of like, you don't need to have animals tested on your shampoo or your makeup, So it's not.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that in Europe, I think they outlawed it a long time ago, but in America it still happens. It's like, it's crazy to think that they have to test on animals.
And most of them are beagles.
Yeah.
Like they're cute little house moms.
Little, like the family dog is being tested on cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
we
terrible.
believe strongly in helping them out. So those are our 4 charities.
Thank you for that, because I have a dog too, and really in your honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is for Juliana. I think it was never mentioned on the show what Jenny's profession is, or I can remember it, I don't know. So in your mind,
And you know, it's
what would
funny.
you be?
There was a little bit of not a disagreement, but I think
Some confusion,
some
perhaps.
confusion.
That
So
would-
let's clear this up right now. And I think I put it in. Did we put it in the? Do you guys? Does anybody remember when Kevin and Jenny got engaged, and before they were getting married, we did that wedding website? And it had pictures of Kevin and Jenny when they met, and then the story of how we met. We made that whole
We
thing.
actually built that whole thing with was it the knot.com?
Oh yeah, the Knot. It's an American website.
It's like
for,
a real wedding
engaged couples.
website, but we created a thing for Kevin and Jenny getting married. So
And it talked about how we met, and that's where I kind of.
we got permission. We didn't go rogue with it, but we said, wouldn't this be a fun sort of promotional idea? And so we filled in all those things, how we met, and we actually ran that all by all the writers, made sure that that was okay.
Because I wanted to put the hammer down on the actual thing, and Jenny is a fashion buyer. So, and if you ask Luke, our fashion designer, he will agree with you, but because how else does Kevin afford such nice clothes?
I think it's also an excuse so that Luke can put her in really nice clothes,
Yeah,
which
so-
I don't think Julie objects to. So.
Because I think there was a point, like in season 2 or something, I don't remember if it was Sal or who the other costume designer is, we were or maybe it was even one of the writers, and they were like, oh, Jenny, like, she's a counter girl at Macy's. I'm like, oh, no, she's not. No, Jenny is a fashion buyer.
She's in management over there. I'm sorry.
So there's your answer. Thank you.
That's Celine. She says that you're very beautiful. I'm supposed to pass that on. Right? You said it.
Yeah, well,
I'm just passing it on.
Don't put words in people's mouths.
Okay. Well, I would have forgotten later. My memory's not that good.
That was my question.
Okay. Did Seamus tell you that you're beautiful today? From Celine. The answer is yes, I just did. Well, you're welcome. I just saw her. I've been taking photos. Anyway, sorry.
Hello. I'm just wondering, how did you get the 12 bottles of wine safely here and back?
We don't know that we've actually gotten them, say, home yet.
But they did get here safely.
Yeah. They made it from Italy to Germany safely.
And that was 2 different airplanes. So that's good. It got shuffled between 2 aircraft already.
Yeah.
So far, so good. 12 bottles. Count is still 12. The bottle count.
The bottle count is still
It's not a
12.
body count, it's a bottle count. And I will give you a bottle count on a Tuesday.
When we get home, we'll say, yay, they all survived. Or
You
not.
have an extra bag for it, right?
So, say that
You
again?
have an extra bag for it?
Yeah, it's a bag strictly for the wine. And it's like, because, you know, I know a lot of you guys know that we travel a lot and we go to a lot of wine countries. We're experts at getting wine home. But this is, you can only put so much in your suitcase. And now we can get 12 bottles home. And they're all perfectly packed. And it doesn't cost anything extra with the airline, so it's a good invention.
We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated. Promise.
Hey. So
Have you started breathing
no.
yet? I thought you were going to hyperventilate.
I'm dying. My question is about your vegetarianism. That we touched on it already in this panel because I'm vegetarian too, and I've wondered what your guys' level of strictness is, like, and how that is affected when you're traveling at all. Like, if you learn how to ask about certain ingredients, or like, because of cheese and wine production, all that. So.
Soup always has a meat base.
I know.
Always ask. Some of the most delicious soups. French onion soup, beef based. Makes me so sad. But yes, you ask those questions, you have to ask those questions. Europe is amazing for vegetarians. I know I've said this, but you actually care about food still. Somewhere in America, people stop caring about food, about vegetables.
Stop caring about vegetables.
About vegetables, yeah. So it's actually pretty easy. I eat a lot of salads, and
I think I've learned to say I'm a vegetarian in about 5 languages now. So, like, but as far as level of strictness, we eat. I mean, we're not vegans, so we eat. We couldn't live without
I eat cheese.
Yeah,
We love cheese. Sorry.
And in Europe, the cheese.
There's really good cheese over here in Europe.
You
I don't know if
guys
you know
like
the
you
secret.
keep all the good cheese.
Don't tell anybody because someone else is going to come take all your good cheese and ship it to parts unknown. So keep your cheese, keep it close. But it's delicious. We had some amazing cheese in Italy the other night. Oh man, a lot of it too. Way too much cheese, but it was good. Yeah.
But, what else you have? Was that?
That's pretty much it, yeah, okay. Cheers.
Bye.
Right.
Cheers. Breathe.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so gonna change the topic now because I wanted to know if you had to guess the gender of Castle and Beckett's child, what would it be?
This imaginary child that
Let's assume you
doesn't actually exist except for in all the fans' imagination. Let me think about the imaginary child in all of your minds. Maybe I can give you an imaginary answer.
No, we all know they're gonna have twins, and one's gonna be a boy, and one's gonna be a girl.
That's probably what it is. That's called a cop-out. What my wife just did there. In American English, that's a cop-out.
It was a good one.
You didn't get to stand. Gender?
Good one.
No, it was good. Okay.
It was good.
Boy and a girl. Hey, everybody wins.
Hey, so I wanted to ask, since you're together on screen and off screen, was it weird to like get married on screen, you know, do the whole pregnancy thing, even though you weren't pregnant? Like we had that question earlier, but like, what was it like, especially like for you too, Seamus? Like, she's not pregnant, but you're like, oh my god, she's pregnant on the show, and she's not really. Are you really pregnant or what? You're confused or something?
Well, I'm gonna step it back to the wedding, and what I will say is, I wish we'd had one on the show. Like a real one. I don't want to, I just like, I really, you know what, honestly, before we got the script, what I want in my head, I was going to walk down the aisle, and we were going to stand there at the front, we were going to kiss, it was going to be so romantic, and, like, it cut before any of that happened. So I was
That's
a
all
good
we
mom.
filmed. We didn't film anything beyond that, which was, you know, I wish they would have showed a little bit more of the wedding.
Yeah, so we were a little bummed. I was bummed.
We were all dressed up. We were in a church. It would have been nice to actually have a real wedding. However, that's the way things sometimes happen. But as far as the kid and all that sort of stuff, and the pregnancy and those sort of things, yeah, there was a lot of fun that we got to play with that on the show. That, you know, about expecting. Remember the baby episode? This is one I can't remember. What was the name of the baby episode? Who's my genius? The Good, the Bad, the Baby. Thank you. Well done. And that was a lot of fun because we got to play with the idea of that Kevin Ryan's not ready to be a father. That like, oh my god, this baby, it won't stop crying. Okay, just take it. I'm not ready. Oh god, I need to go read a book. That was kind of what we were doing. Is that like Ryan was trying to be so prepared that he was a little over prepared, and we had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, anything to add?
About how is it to be pregnant and not pregnant. I think we talked about this. I feel like I came in for a second. Yeah.
Pregnant, not pregnant?
Yeah.
It's fun, right?
It's fun not being pregnant.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, thank you.
Hi. At first I want to say, my very favorite scene of the entire show is the phone call between Jenny and Ryan and Under Fire. That was the first and only time I cried during the show. It was so emotional, and I'm not a crier. So,
It makes me happy that I made you cry.
Is that Seamus? That we go like, I'm so glad I made you cry.
In a good way.
Yes.
in a very good way.
I did my
Feels
job.
like I did my job.
Yes, you did it very well.
Thank you. Okay, so you know what? And we did that when we shot that. We were. I was on the phone with Seamus. So you know, sometimes we did a play together once where my character is on the phone for about 30 minutes, and I'm talking to no one. And that takes like a certain kind of skill to kind of time it out and kind of think, you know, and imagine what you feel like as if someone was there. But this was kind of beautiful because, you know, we're sitting here doing the scene, and Tamala's right there, and the camera guy's right over my head, and then Seamus is on the phone with me for the whole scene. And so it made it like so real and so painful. You know, so it was like,
We felt it.
I know.
Yeah, I was in the police car next to the ambulance, like ducked down really low, and I was on the phone with Julie the whole time, just like trying to stay off camera and say my lines and everything. So, it was great, and Julie was fantastic, wasn't she? In that? I was her acting was fantastic in this episode. So, I'm glad we made you cry. That's really sick of me to say, is it? But in a good way. In a good way. We're glad.
Very good way. I was touched.
Aw, thank you.
Now my actual question is, why are you so crazy about Eurovision? So I'm not because I am German, I'm not that crazy about it.
Okay, maybe that has to do with the fact that you grew up with it. So, you know, like if someone said, oh, I'm so crazy about Missouri, I'd be like, Missouri's like really lame. I don't get it. But it's newer to us, and it's Eurotastic. It's just, you can't look away. How could you not love that? It's amazing. You have like 47 countries, some of them singing in their native tongue, some of them shooting fire cannons. And
Yeah, we don't have anything like that in America. Like, there's nothing like that. I feel like America's gotten very serious about a lot of their things, and you know, it's interesting because I think all of these shows have started affecting Eurovision, like The Voice, Whatever's Got Talent, whatever. What are the other ones that are out there? Oh, X Factor. All those ones. So everyone, all these serious acts. Remember when Eurovision there was some crazy stuff happening? Like Lordi. Like, come on. That wouldn't have made it through in sort of like The Voice competition, but.
And like Verica Serduchka. Come on.
Yeah, which is one of our favorites.
Amazing. Yeah. And one of my all-time favorites, we talked about that, Elmer and Samir, 2008, Azerbaijan. Like, he comes out with angel wings and he starts singing rock opera and he's like, whoa! And then Samir's sitting there and he's a demon and he's got a throne, and then he picks up this chalice of blood and he pours it over a dancer. I mean, how do you not fall in love instantly?
That shit's nuts. It doesn't exist in America. So it's amazing. That's why, because there's nothing like it. So I know, I know. People are like, what? You're American, that's crazy.
Do you remember guys Chiquilicuatre from Spain?
No, we've only been following it since 2006. Was it before 2006?
But our favorite one was
Vaya Chiqui.
That was my favorite Spanish entry ever.
Brigadans. Dos. El Rusaito. Tres. El Robocop. Cuatro. Yeah. Vaya Chiqui is my favorite. I thought it was brilliant, and people thought that they were terrible. It was great. And then
he's a very famous comic actor.
He's funny.
He was fantastic.
And it was like he did it on purpose. They said,
yeah,
they won't pick me, and they picked.
And they picked him.
That was fantastic.
I loved it. And he even threw in some political, the Por qué no te calles? He quoted that during the middle, and you're like, oh, this guy's awesome. I thought it was great. Yes, that was a fun one. We need more Eurovision like that. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Next question, I think, we're on to next.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Hello. I was just wondering, since you're a vegetarian, like some of my favorite dish.
Favorite? Well, I mean, if you don't know Seamus's favorite dish by now, you don't know Seamus. Pizza.
Afraid I have a pizza problem. And I need to admit it all to you today. I have an addiction to cooked, rolled out bread, sweet, delicious tomatoes crushed to an inch of their lives, spread all over said crusted bread, and then topped with delicious cheese. In the finest hands in the land, it's a masterpiece, and I'm strung out on pizza.
There you go. That's
yours.
Pizza. You know what? I'm kind of I can't live without carbs. I love them. So like pasta and cream sauce. It's not very inventive, and I do cook a lot of different things when I'm at home, when I ever have time. But if I'm just gonna be like not thinking about it, pasta, cream sauce.
Well,
we're very Italian.
I do want to warn you though, because if you eat cheese in the Netherlands, it's not vegetarian. So
It's what?
Cheese in the Netherlands, it's not vegetarian.
Oh, because they put the rennet in it?
I don't want you to spread these kind of rumors.
It's true.
I'm sorry. Because you know I want to move to the Netherlands one day and eat all the cheese.
Don't take away my kasha.
Well,
have vegetarian cheese, you should just have aspirin.
My Gouda. My
It's still really good. Your Hauda.
My Hauda.
Thanks for crushing our dreams. That's right.
Good question. Thanks for crushing things. No.
Hello. Questions about how you feel about working together, or maybe being a couple on screen and off screen, and how you feel about it. And maybe if you were working on a daily basis, if it would be different. Sharing so many things, just your professional life, your personal life. How would you feel about it?
Well, first of all, it's wonderful working together. We get the element of, because when we do get to work together and we have those scenes, we get to rehearse together, which is awesome. You don't get to do that with a lot of actors. So we live together. So we rehearse over the dining room table. We go through scenes together when we're together. So
We sit on the floor in the back room.
generally, we probably sit.
You act like we sit at our kitchen table. We use that to put papers on.
Yeah, that's true. That's where the papers and the letters and the mail goes, is on the table. There have been a few times where Julie takes work home with her, let's just say. I think it was the Wild Rover episode. Julie's like, I can't believe you kissed her, and you're like, and
No, wait, let's clarify. Juliana did not care that you were kissing the actress. Jenny was really hurt. Jenny was really, I thought that episode was great. I really do. However, every once in a while things happen where you're like, what? Kevin and Jenny would not do that. When I was in negligee? What was that? Whatever. Point being, I wasn't bothered that you were kissing someone else. Jenny was so upset that Jenny was upset at home. With Seamus never.
So sometimes when you're an actor and you can't help but take your work home with you, like let's say an architect would, so let me just do some sketches, that kind of thing. They kind of say what are we even talking about right now? This is crazy. We're not even these people.
She was like, I didn't write this. I
didn't write this. It's my job. It's your job too. I don't know. So yeah, sometimes it can be like that. It can be a little nutty. The lines blur between your character and yourself, and you go, well, you have to wait a minute. This is not me. These are not my choices. These are not the things that I do. These are things that my character does. And yeah.
But what you really want to say is how awesome it is.
But it's really wonderful because you get to rehearse. No, come on. No, I'm kidding. No, it's great. It's wonderful, and it really helps the familiarity. You don't have the awkward moments of oh, we're rehearsing. Oh, is it alright if I kiss you? I don't. Oh, this is awkward. Like any other actor you just met. But this is sort of oh, it's my wife. I'm gonna kiss her. Yeah, no big deal. People are like, oh, okay. So it's great. It's wonderful, and it counteracts all that other stuff.
You have to sleep in the sofa because of something that...
It's never gone that far.
Not yet. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows what he's going to do in season 8?
Who knows, right? I can't believe you did that. What are you talking about? Get out. Okay, so we'll see. We'll keep you updated. That might happen.
Hi. First, thanks for being here. We all appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having us.
I have two questions. I'm going to start with a follow-up question to the Eurovision one, because you mentioned the trashy songs. And I always host big Eurovision parties, and this year I was missing those trashy songs.
You're right. Yeah.
And you always tweet about all the performers that are on stage right now, and I think your comments are really ironic and sarcastic, which I really love. And I just wanted to know what you thought of this year's Eurovision. What was missing?
Well, you know what? You totally hit it. We downloaded the CD, and we started listening to it, and we were like, no, I take it back. We started watching the videos, because before the semifinals, you can kind of watch the videos, and we were like, these people are taking themselves so seriously. Where's the Romanian guy singing castrati while, placentas come out of his skirt?
This is the French desk. I want to have a...
Where's the mustache? Where's the mustache, everybody? I want a mustache.
So yeah, it was, we were, I have to say, going into it, we were a little bit like, oh man. But watching it still, there's something about watching Eurovision live inside the stadium with everybody. There's just such a spirit of unity that's kind of like almost makes you want to cry. Like you see people from all over and they're wearing their own flags or they're wearing their costumes and everybody's dancing to all the songs and you're just like, I love you. So,
Went to that one in Düsseldorf as well?
no, we started going in Menlo in 2013 was our, so we've been every year since. So yeah, I was kind of thinking, oh, this is not going to be fun. But then watching it live, it still was more fun than I thought it was going to be, but that's when I started my hypothesis about